Start, sir.
Okay. Okay. Morning, everyone. Just a minute. I just close the door and. Okay. So, good morning, everyone. Again. I hope you have received your notes or the textbook exercise for the first lesson measurement. Please go through that. In case you have any doubt, you can ask in the class. Okay. Now we shall shift our learning to chemistry. So today I start the lesson 10, chemistry lesson. Okay. So let us try to learn something about the matter around us. Okay. Fine. So in the meanwhile, please go through your text. And for the next cycle test, we will be having the portion from the first lesson measurement. Okay. So please go through that. It's a very simple lesson. And now we shall pass on to the next lesson, namely matter around us. Okay. I'm sharing the screen. Yatu, could you please mute? Yatu, could you please mute yourself? Okay. Are you able to hear? So please confirm if you are able to hear me. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Fine. Now, so the next topic is, I think the lesson is, I think 10, not 11. It should be 10. Just a minute. I just confirm the lesson number. Okay, it should be 10. Okay, it should be 10. Matter around us. Okay, matter around us. That we are going to learn. Okay. Now, I have, yes, you are right, Maria Dominic. Yes, it is lesson 10. And I want you to answer my question. So the lesson is about the matter around us. Okay, matter around us. Okay. Now you tell me, you can tell me the things around you. I want all of you to tell something about any one object. So please tell any one object around yourself. Okay, TV. Okay, Santosh is telling TV, keyboard, tablet, computer, sofa, table, bed. Please come out of bed. This is a classroom. Don't sleep. Cupboard. Okay, chair, laptop, book. Any other different answer? Pen, pencil, tree, frame. No one is put. Yes, Srinija, good. Srinija, good. Yeah. Okay. Any other phase? Any other phase of matter? Light. Okay. AC. Fine. I want one more answer. That is one more. Yes, water. Niranjana, good. Water. Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay. So it's enough. Please stop. It's enough. Good. So these are the matter around us. Okay. So you told that television. Okay. Television, keyboard, tablet, computer, sofa, table, bed, AC, chair, laptop, book, pen, pencil, tree, frame, fan, etc. All you can categorize as what? Solid. Simply you can say solids are around you. Somebody said, Nirjana said water. Yes. It is another phase of matter. Okay. Liquid. The third phase is air. Okay. Air. Which is a gas or gaseous state of matter. Okay. So what are the three types of matter? One is solid, another one is liquid, another one is gas. Okay. So therefore, around us, if you look around us, you can categorize any element, any object within these three. Okay, within these three. Even if you go to your kitchen, you can be looking at your mother is cooking, even some amount of vapor or steam coming out of the cooker. Okay, vapor or steam coming out of the is also categorized as gaseous state. In general, any matter can be classified as solid, liquid, and gases. Solids, liquids, and gases. Okay, fine. Now, let us take an example from this humpty of examples you have given. Okay. I take one example from here. Okay. Okay, let us take air. Air. Okay. Air contains what? You say air as a matter. Okay. Raja Rishiha, you can use any note, okay? Either physics and chemistry, please use unruled if you have, okay? Okay, yes, Srinija, good. Air contains what? Various gases, okay? Various gases, okay? Yes, Ram Manish exactly as mentioned, oxygen. Yes, Shiona, different gases, okay? Different gases. Any other gas? Nitrogen, is it not there in air? Yes, Ashwin, please write once in your notebook. I will tell you later, okay? Yes, air contains carbon dioxide. Air contains hydrogen, carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, and some other gas. Yes, sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, etc., are there in the air. Okay? Okay. Let us take water. So what is the main content of water? Hydrogen and oxygen. H2O is water, okay? Hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, fine. And say, for example, you have a metallic scale. You can see so many vessels. You can see an iron rod. You can see aluminum wire. Okay, suppose if you take television, so it contains many elements. It may be having a glass or some other screen, LCD screen. It may be containing the connecting wires. Am I right? So what it is made up of? Connecting wire. So what is the metal inside the connecting wire? What is the metal inside the connecting wire? Okay, it is copper. Okay, copper. Sometimes aluminum is also used. Okay, aluminum as well as copper. Okay, these are all in solid state. So it is a liquid. These are all gases. Okay, therefore, any matter can be classified as solids, liquids, and gases. When you try to split a solid or liquid or gas, you will be left with a still smaller substance, which is called as an element. Okay, if you take this nitrogen, then it is an element. Okay, element. Oxygen, it is an element. Copper is an element. Okay. Water, hydrogen is an element. Oxygen is an element. When you mix hydrogen and oxygen, then it will become a compound. Okay, a compound. Okay. You have sugar in your kitchen. Okay. Assume that. Just a minute. I will add a page and then continue. Okay. Now assume that you have a cup of water. Okay, you have a cup of water. You have some sugar. Okay, you have some cane sugar. Okay, you have some cane sugar, and you are going to add some amount of sugar in this water. What will happen? Immediately, the sugar will be mixed with the water. Will you be able to see the sugar particles? So please tell me, when you mix some amount of sugar with water, will you be able to see sugar particles? No. But it will just appear just like a water. Okay. Now, this is called a compound. This is called a compound. when sugar is separately taken. You want to use unruled long note as classwork note. It is you can use unruled note for science because you will be having some diagrams, tables, etc. So you can use unruled note. It is not a problem. Okay, fine. Listen. Yes, it will be all the sugar molecules will be dispersed in water. Okay, you will not be able to see the sugar in the water even if you take some amount of salt. Okay, take some salt, sodium chloride salt, and mix it with water. What would you observe? You could not see the salt mixed with water, but if you taste, you can feel that sour taste. Okay, and this will be sweet. When you add sugar, it will be sweet. Okay, and this is called a solution. It is also called a sugar solution. If we add salt, you call it as a salt solution. Okay, so we major classifications are solid, liquid, gas. Further, if we want to simplify for our studies, we can talk about elements, solutions, compounds, like that we will be learning. Okay, now you tell me you have a cup of water. Okay, you take a glass jar or glass tumbler, you take a cup of water. Okay, cup of water you will be having. Now try to add few drops of milk. Say for example, I take, because milk should be in white color, let us try to make this page dark and then I can use that white color. Okay, let's see, page color. Okay, just a minute. Okay. Okay, now what I am going to take is that I am going to have a jar, a glass jar. I have some amount of water inside. Now I want to put some amount of milk. Okay, milk is white in color, am I right? Okay, you have a milk bottle. Okay, and this milk is added. M-I-L-K. Okay, milk is added. So what will happen? Will you be able to see the change in color of that liquid? Will there be any difference between the sugar solution and milk? So this is pure water, salt is added, or salt or sugar, whatever it may be. It is a solution, this is also a solution, but there is a difference between the sugar solution or salt solution and milk solution. Definitely, you can see at the liquid water, which is mixed with some amount of milk, that will be, what would be the color? It will be some mild white in color. You will be able to see the white color liquid. All are solutions. You have mixed salt in water, you have mixed sugar in water, you are mixing a spoon of milk in water, but the nature of solution is different. First one is called a normal solution, and this one is called a colloidal solution. This is called a colloidal solution. So we will be learning in detail all these things. I am just giving you an introduction about this lesson. Okay, I am giving you an introduction about the lesson. We will be learning again in detail. Okay, don't worry about that. Okay, this is a normal solution. This is colloidal solution. What is colloidal solution? That will be learning later. I tell you, the milk particles will be suspended throughout the water molecules. Okay. Yes, Ashwin, when you add some amount of milk into water, the water turns to white color. Okay. That is called a colloidal solution. Colloidal means you have milk particles and the milk particles are dispersed. Milk particles are dispersed throughout the water molecules. Okay. They won't mix. They will be dispersed throughout the solution. Therefore, it is called a colloidal solution. We will be learning more about this later in this lesson. This is just introduction of the word alone. Okay. Fine. You have a solution. You have a colloidal solution. You have different properties. if you allow some light to pass through the solution of salt or sugar, you cannot see the light through this sugar solution. Whereas if you pass some light through the milk solution, you will be able to see the path of light. I will show you a video, okay, to make some interest in this lesson, okay? Fine. So this is about the solutions, and in this lesson, we will be learning about different elements, different compounds, or what do you mean by a mixture? What do you mean by a compound? What is the difference between a mixture and a compound? Say, for example, you have a fruit salad. Okay, for morning breakfast, somebody may be having, what is that? That is fruit salad, okay? You have some piece of apple, okay? Some piece of papaya, okay? So papaya should be in yellow, sorry. Papaya, and you have some guava, okay? Some green guava, and you will be having some pomegranate, okay? Like that, you will be having some fruit salad or vegetable salad. This is a mixture. This is a mixture that is called a heterogeneous mixture, okay? Different types of elements are mixed. But if you mix sugar with water, you will not be able to separate it. You will not be able to separate sugar and water. That is called homogeneous mixture. That is also called a compound. So when you are not able to separate the substances, it is called a compound. When you are able to separate the substances, it is a mixture, okay? We are going to learn about the elements, compounds, mixtures, solutions, colloids, how to separate. Okay, when you add some amount of salt in water, okay, you have added some salt in water. How can you separate the salt from the water? Will you be able to separate it? Will you be able to separate salt from the seawater? That is also a study. Okay, fine. So like this, we will be learning in this lesson. Also, you have some paints called emulsions. What do you mean by an emulsion? That we are going to learn. And several separation techniques. Okay, separation techniques. Suppose petrol is mixed with water. How to separate petrol and water? That is called separation technique. Okay, suppose some cooking oil is mixed with water. You can easily separate it. Okay, some separation techniques we are going to learn. Okay, all these things we are going to learn in this lesson, and I will just show some of the pictures and definitions and some video so that you will be able to understand. Okay, see, first I shall share the presentation. So here you can see cock, okay, a rooster, okay, rooster which is made out of metal, okay, mercury metal, okay, fine. See, so basically we classify the substances as solids, liquids, and gases. Within solids and liquids, we can further classify as mixture and compound. Okay, here you can see as classification. Okay, so one is solid, liquid, and gases, and based on the chemical composition, you can further classify as element, compound, and mixture. Say for example, hydrogen is an element. Excuse me. Water is a compound. C6H12O6, glucose. Carbon is an element. Hydrogen is an element. Oxygen is an element. When all are combined in this ratio, it is a compound. Okay. Similarly, mixture of gases. Okay. And pure substances and mixtures. This is further classification. Okay. So when the substance contained only one kind of particle, that is called a pure substance. When more than one type of particles are present, it is called a mixture that we are going to learn in detail later. Okay, this is a major classification, and you can see here elements. Pure gold is an element. Okay, helium gas is an element. Graphite, that is carbon, is an element, separate. Pure water is a compound. Seawater is a mixture because it contains many chemicals. Pure water contains hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, table salt is a compound. Air is a mixture because many gases are present. Whereas in table salt, there is only sodium and chlorine. Methane is a compound which contains carbon and hydrogen, CH4, okay? And orange juice is a mixture. It contains several salts, acids, etc. Okay, so this is the major classification. And Robert Boyle was the one who first termed the element, who termed the name element. And Anthony Lavoisier, he was also a chemist. Okay, he defined the term element. What do you mean by an element? That was defined by Laurent Lavoisier. And element is defined as the basic form of matter. Okay, that cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical reactions. Say, for example, you have water. If you separate water, you will be having hydrogen and oxygen. This is an element. Okay, hydrogen cannot be further simplified. If you have sodium chloride, it is a compound. If you split sodium and chlorine, sodium is an element which cannot be further separated. Okay, some examples are copper, iron, helium. Okay, copper and iron are solids. Helium is a gas. Mercury is also a solid, but it is in liquid state. Hydrogen is a gas. Okay, these are some of the examples. And further classifications of elements are metal, non-metal, and metalloids. I can show you a table here. So this is called a periodic table. We will be learning in the next lesson about the modern periodic table of elements. Here you can see the pink one, this hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon. These are all gaseous substances. Okay. The green one, bromine and mercury. These are liquid substances. Okay. Others are solids. Others are solids. Okay. You can see mercury is in liquid state, as well as bromine is also in liquid state. These are all elements. Okay, gold is in solid state. Gallium is in solid state, but at room temperature, namely about 27 degree to 30 degrees Celsius, the gallium melts. If you keep the gallium onto your palm, because of your body temperature, the gallium will start melting. Okay, therefore it is a solid, but at room temperature it is liquid. Okay, these are some of the states of matter. States. What state? Solid state or liquid state or gaseous state. Okay, so therefore matter around us can be classified as solid, liquid, and gases. If you further classify the solids, liquids, and gases, you can be classifying as elements and compounds. Elements are those which cannot be further separated. That is called an element. If you are able to separate a compound, or if you are able to separate a substance by chemical methods, then it is called a compound. Okay, and you have several states of matter: solids, liquids, and gases. Okay, are you able to understand up to this? Is there any doubt in this classification of elements? What is an element? What is a compound? Okay. Now I just want you to see this video. So see, this is nothing but gallium.
So I'm putting mine in a bowl of warm water to raise the temperature for the test tube, which didn't have time to melt yet. Which I'm leaving to cool down. It's thin, I can twist it and break it pretty easily. Melt these bits down again in some fresh water. You spill some on the table. It's gone really solid. And I can't even pick or...
See, so this is a gallium metal. Okay.
Temperature, it's solid and it won't flow out at all.
See, this is the gallium metal. At room temperature, it is a solid. When you heat it or when you keep it on your palm, it is changing its state into liquid. Okay, so this is one thing about this video. And again, liquid. So this is bromine. Okay, so this is bromine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. We will be learning. All are called halogens. Okay, you can see an element can also be in liquid state. Iron, aluminium, copper, okay, chromium, nickel, magnesium, manganese, etc. are metals. They are in solid state, but bromine is in liquid state. Okay, to show that liquid state, I just show this video.
And the bromine myself. And if you're interested in seeing how it was done, you can check out the links in the description.
And the third video is about an important effect called the Tyndall effect. So here, so this is very interesting. So first one is a simple water. Second one is a sugar solution. Third one is a mixture of milk and water. Okay. When some amount of light is passed through the water and sugar solution and milk solution, see what happens. After that, we shall discuss the name of that effect. Okay.
Such as a sugar solution, it will pass through without being scattered. The Tyndall effect is used in identifying whether...
See, from the left end, are you able to see the light passing through this? So this is an animation and this is a laser light, okay? Can you see? The pure water, just look at the chat, whether you are able to see the light passing through the three liquids. Can you see the light passing through the three liquids? See, from water, the light passes through water and then it passes through sugar solution or salt solution. And third, it passes through milk solution. Okay, these are all animated pictures. The dots are nothing but the milk and water particles. Okay, so this is animation. So they have magnified the size of the particles. Okay, fine. So when light is passed through water, you cannot see the path of light. Why? Because the elements, hydrogen and oxygen, they are very, 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 very small in size. Therefore, they do not interact with the incident light. The light just passes through. Second thing, sugar solution. Sugar solution is glucose solution, okay? It is C6H12O6, okay? Either glucose solution or other sugar solution. C11H22O11, okay? Sugar, cane sugar, okay? Now, again, the light passes through the sugar solution or salt solution. Sugar or salt, they are completely dispersed in water. They are completely dissolved in water. Therefore, you cannot separately see water molecule and sugar molecules. Therefore, the light cannot trace its path on the sugar solution. You cannot see the path of light, but you can see a dot here, okay? If the light enters here, leaves here. Again, the light enters here, leaves here. You cannot see the path of light within the liquid. Why? Because the size of the particles are very, 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 very small. Okay? When the same light passes through a milk solution, which is called a colloidal solution, the particles of the colloid, namely the milk particles and water particles, they scatter the light in various directions. That is why you are able to see the path of light. This is called Tyndall effect. Okay, you can see the top, Tyndall effect. Okay, when the mixture is a colloid, okay, two or more elements should be present and it should be a colloid. Naturally also you can see this colloid in forest. Okay, during fog in the early morning, when the fog or mist is formed, the sunlight, the path of the sunlight can be seen in forest through the small holes through the trees. That is the gap between the leaves of a tree. Okay. Again, also you can see the path of light. That is called Tyndall effect. Okay. So this you will be learning in the regular class later. Okay. I just want you to have some idea about the lesson. Okay. So this is what we are going to learn in this lesson. Okay. We are going to classify the matter which are around us. Okay. And solid, liquid and gases. Further elements and compounds and mixture. Solutions we are going to take. So what is a solution? What is a colloidal solution? How to separate some mixture of solutions? What are the separation techniques? Okay. So how to separate the colors in an ink? Okay. Like that we are going to learn in this lesson. Is it clear? Are you able to understand what I have mentioned? Any doubt in this? You want to ask any question? Yes, of course, all things are around us. So we are learning from things around us. So I will show some demonstration in the next class. Namely, I will take some liquids. Okay, I will mix some sugar. These are all the things, simple things we can do in a home. Okay, so I will show you some liquids. I will show some metals. Okay, I don't have mercury, but we can see some videos. Okay, about mercury, properties of mercury, etc. You will see. Okay, fine. Thank you all.